Hi everyone, welcome back to another New Year's Challenge video. This video is brought to you in collaboration with WUUFLY. My name is Ree. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to guide you through a strong, warm, fiery flow where we are going to connect to the earth elements. We're going to be doing some standing postures but moving dynamically. Also, we're going to touch on the air element opening through the heart with some very gentle back bends. It's going to be quite a lot. I'm going to try and cram it all in. So hopefully you're going to feel nice and warm and you're going to get your heart pumping. So when you're ready, grab your props and I'll join you on your mat in a moment. So to begin our practice, we're going to take a prana mudra, which is probably my favorite mudra actually. It's my go-to mudra. It's prana, obviously life force. So closing your eyes here, settle into the mat, taking your favorite seated position that's nice and comfortable for you. You can sit on a block, a cushion, you can extend the legs if you prefer. So rooting down to the earth, drawing the crown of your head up towards the sky. Noticing how the body feels today. And as you move through the flow, just be kind to your body, be compassionate, and be gentle if you're nursing any injuries or if you have anywhere in your body that's showing signs of being sore or a little tender. So prana mudra, prana being energy, being your life source, being the breath that we breathe in, circulating that prana, that breath around the body, creating that vital energy that we need to power through. So this is going to move energy around the body. This is also going to move that stagnant energy as well around so we can utilize that. Slowing the breath down and breathing intentionally now through the nose. Allowing the exhale to just relax your entire body, softening, letting go. Blinking your eyes, open, release your hands. Start to wiggle your fingers, open and close the hands, and then stretch out the fingers and bring the little fingers in, isolating the fingers, then the ring fingers in, then the middle fingers in, index and thumb, nearly forgot that. Then thumb, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers and little fingers. Notice what else moves when you try and pull the little fingers in. And again, little fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers, thumbs, and give your hands a little shake. We're coming straight over onto our hands and knees now, finding your tabletop position, spreading out the fingers, untucking the toes if that's comfortable, and just drawing your belly in, stacking shoulders, elbows, wrists. So we're going to rock forwards and back, just very gently waking up the wrists, so spreading those fingers and just keeping a nice, strong, engaged arms, and just move forwards and back, noticing any differences in how your wrists feel here. Come back to center and just gently move side to side, very gently rocking from side to side. And then tucking the toes under, send your hips back towards your heels, creep your hands out in front of you, find your head on a block or find the forehead down on the mat. So you're waking up the arches of your feet, your toes. We're gently easing into the hips here. You're welcome to tent the fingers, give your fingers a nice little strengthening exercise, but also activates the shoulders here. If you want to, you don't have to. Start waking up through the spine. Feel that lovely length down the sides of your body maybe. Staying with your breath. Good, lower the palms down, pull yourself back into your tabletop. Untuck the toes, walk your hands off the mat to the right. Push your hands away, send your hips towards your left heel. Keep pushing the floor away as you move your hips closer to that heel. Feel that nice stretch down the left side of your body. Inhale, pull forwards, walk your hands across the mat, off to the left, and again send your hips towards your right heel. Slide the arms away, allow the head to drop. Inhale, creep forwards, and then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Keep your knees underneath your hips and have a gap between your knees. Tops of feet stay down. Walk your hands forwards. Keep the hands no wider than your shoulders and lower into a melting heart pose. So we are nicely connecting to both elements, earth and air at this point. So allow the forehead to find the mat. Keep the arms nice and straight if you can, so you feel the engagement and activity in the shoulders and upper back. Staying with your breath. Two more breaths here. Allowing the chest to melt towards the mat. Gently walk your hands back in and again place your hands under your shoulders. Return to your tabletop. Extend the right leg long. Pull the belly in and float the left fingers forwards. Reach away. So imagine someone is pulling your fingers, pulling your toes and lengthening you diagonally. From here, gaze down. Keep pulling the belly in. Push the floor away with that right arm, and we're going to pulse the leg and arm up. So the left arm and right leg are going to lift. Squeeze the right glute and lower back to center. And again, 5, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift, 1, lower the hand, lower the knee. Extend the left leg long, point the toes, pull the belly in, reach your right fingers forwards. Again, imagine someone is pulling you diagonally, really feeling that stretch. And then we'll pulse. Arm and leg lift. Up, squeeze the left glute, that's 1. Lift for 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Bring the knees back under your hips and take little pelvic circles. So just rolling through the hips, tucking the tailbone under, and then changing direction. Little circles. Same again, right leg goes back. Pull the belly in, push the earth away, float the left fingers forwards. Keep the gaze down at the mat, really lengthen. Reach, 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 and then pulse. Lift 5, lift 4, lift 3, lift 2, lift 1. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Other side, left leg lifts. Pull the belly in, reach the right fingers forwards, lengthen, and then pulse. Squeeze up, 5. Up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand, lower the knee, and again start taking your little circles. Just the hips and the other way. Tucking the toes under, lift into Ardha Mukha, downward facing dog. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, readjust your hands and feet. Spreading the fingers, feet hip width apart, spread the toes. If the heels are down, just creep the feet back a little bit. Let the heels float slightly off the mat and then soften the knees. Gaze to the back of the mat. Pull forwards into your high plank now. Push the floor away. Drop the hips. Shoot some energy into the heels, so down the legs. Keep doming through the upper back. Then lower onto your knees. Chest, chin, slide through to your cobra. So tops of feet stay down. Push your hips into the mat. Use your fingertips to pull forwards, shoulders back. Peel the chest off the floor. Exhale, child's pose. Push your hips to your heels. Knees can be a little wider if that's more comfortable. Toes can touch. Rest your head down. And your child's pose, as I always say, does not need to be static.
You can add a sway if that feels nice. Inhale to your tabletop and return back up to your downward facing dog. Check in with how this feels. If you need to add a little bit of movement, please do so. You could walk the dog here. You could sway the hips side to side. And it's probably a good idea at this point to check in with your neck. Looking right and then looking left under your arms. And just noticing how the neck is feeling today. Right leg lifts when you're ready, three-legged dog. Point the toes, engage your right glute. Push through both arms equally. Bend the knee so the foot comes to the bum and lift the right knee up towards the ceiling, rotating the hip out to the side. Exhale, close the hip down, allow the right knee to drop a little bit. And again, inhale, swing the right knee all the way up towards the ceiling, opening that hip, pushing through both arms equally, gazing back. Lowering the hip or the knee to close the hip so it's facing the mat. One more time, open. So the knee lifts, the hip opens to the side of the room. Exhale, drop the hip, close it, and step your right toes between your hands. Help the foot there if it doesn't quite get there. Drop the back heel. Windmill your left arm up and over, coming into warrior two. So couple of alignment checks. Make sure your right toes are facing the top of your mat, your knees over the ankle, and we're going to keep the legs as they are. You make sure you can just about see your big right toe. Arms at shoulder height, and you're stacking your torso over your hips. So try not to lean into that front arm. Pull back just a fraction. So we're going to serve the platter, flip the palm. Inhale, lift your right hand up. Do not change your leg shape. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And again, inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Return your arms. One more. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Frame your right foot. Lower the left knee onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Now you can just shuffle the right foot out a little bit so it's still under the knee. Inhale, sweep your arms forwards and up. Take your low lunge. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. I'd like you to squeeze your left glute on and thrust your left hip forwards. Really root down, ground down through your left knee and this front foot. So you're connected to the earth, you're not going to wobble. Inhale, press your chest, your heart into your hands as you lift the heart up. Exhale to center. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, center. Keep squeezing that left glute as you do this. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, center. Left hand comes down under the shoulder. Your right fingers are going to reach forwards. You're going to circle the hand up and then to the back of the room. You're welcome to stay here with that lovely reach, looking over your shoulder. Or if you want to, you can squeeze the foot in towards your bum, maybe taking the toes with your right hand. But it's optional. Keep pushing the floor away with the left hand. Release the foot. Bring your right arm up and over. And then you're going to take your left hand off the mat. Take the weight in that left arm and this right foot. So you've got a nice gap between your left hand and your right foot in front of you. Tuck the back toes under. The right hand is out of this. Lift the back knee off the mat, and all you're going to do is float your left leg through the gap. Watch me if you want to. Push down through that front arm and then pick up the back leg, send it through the gap and lower down onto your bottom. Take hold of your left foot with both hands, kick the heel away, lift the heart up, drop the shoulders. Holding here for 3, keep kicking the heel, drop the shoulders. Keep this left knee nice and soft. 2, lengthen the neck, and 1. Slide the right leg out in front of you now and we'll rock the baby. You're going to bring this left foot into the crease of your right elbow, or you can take hold of it with the hand, of course. And then perhaps the left hand comes onto that knee, or maybe the left elbow wraps around the left knee. And we're just going to rock the baby here, keeping this left foot nice and high. Take hold of the left foot with your left hand And all you're going to do now is just move the leg back and forwards, bending at the knee, just lubricating the left hip. We're going to try and loosen out the left hip a little bit so that we can work the leg up the left arm and do a little arm balance. So from here, I'm going to turn to face you. So you're going to wrap the left leg, wrap the left leg over the top of your left arm. Bring the palm of your left hand down. Really squeeze that leg. So almost cutting off the circulation in that left arm. I'm pointing my toes to really lock that leg in place. Lean forwards. Bring both palms down. Spread your fingers. I'm flexing my right toes. And then just see if you can lift your bum off the floor and maybe the heel follows. Lowering back down. Gently releasing. Crossing your legs. Rolling over your knees. At the top of your mat, hopefully. Tuck your toes under and shoot your hips up. Take your forward fold. Maybe readjust your feet. Softening the knees. You can just let the arms and head dangle here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Inhale, when you're ready, rise all the way up. Lift your arms, bring your hands over the head. Take a full body stretch. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to the mat. Uttanasana. Soften the knees, soften the hips. Let the head be heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down and step your feet back to your high plank. Shoot some energy down the heels. Pull the shoulders, the chest forwards. Push the floor away. Softly land on your knees. Untuck your toes and just take a half press up. So you're not going to go all the way down. You're going to bend the elbows in towards the rib cage. So the elbows bend to 90 degrees and then push all the way back up. One more time. Gaze down. Go halfway and push up. Now go all the way down with control. Beautiful. Pull forwards your cobra, glutes on, peel the chest up and keep pulling the front body forwards, rib cage forwards, and then send your shoulders and elbows back. Exhale, child's pose. And take 3 breaths. Inhale, when you're ready, come into your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift to downward facing dog. Tuck your chin under, readjust your hands, readjust your feet. Again, soften the knees and spread the fingers. Really get the fingers and hands working for you. When you're ready, the left leg is going to lift, 3-legged dog, point the toes. Bring the foot to the bum, bending the knee. And then lift the knee up towards the ceiling, opening the left hip to the side of the room. And then lowering the knee so you're closing that left hip down. And again, just a little twist, opening the hip. Exhale, allowing the left hip to turn to face the mat. And again, one more time, inhale, open. Lift that knee a little higher, push through both arms equally. Exhale, lower the hip. And then step the left toes between your hands, left foot forwards, lower the back heel, windmill your right arm up and over, coming into your warrior 2 again. Readjust your stance, get nice and deep if that feels good, left knee over ankle, left toes facing forwards, right toes facing the long edge of your mat, gaze over your left fingers and just stack your torso over your hips here. We're going to flip the left palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift the fingers up. Exhale, warrior 2. Keeping the legs exactly as they are. And again, inhale, lift left arm up. Don't change the leg shape. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Windmill your arms all the way down to the mat, turning your back toes and lowering your right knee onto the floor. Shuffle the left foot out the way, untuck the right toes and really root down through the right knee and this front foot, making sure the left knee is over the ankles somewhat. Don't worry if it moves forwards. So root down through the foot, through the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Squeeze that right glute. Exhale, hands to heart center. So really push the right hip forwards, drive it forwards, really ground down. Inhale, lift the heart, push the heart into your hands and lift, opening through the chest. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift. Squeeze that right glute. Exhale, center. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Lower the right hand to the mat under the shoulders. Under the shoulder. Reach your left fingers forwards, up and back. Follow the hand with your gaze. Allow that right hip to drop. If you want to, squeeze the left foot into your bum. Maybe the fingers find the toes. Maybe they don't. It doesn't really matter. You can stay active here. You can bring the foot in even if it doesn't reach. Allow that right hip to drop. Keep pushing the floor away with your right hand. Release the toes. Gently lift the left arm up and over. And then all you're going to do is take the right hand off the mat out the way, but taking the weight in that right arm, tuck your back toes under, float the knee off, and then shoot your right leg through the gap, lower down onto your bottom as gracefully as you can. Bring your right foot in towards you, take the foot with both hands, kick the heel away, draw up through the heart, straighten through the spine. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Keep kicking the heel actively, but keep a softness in this knee. 3 breaths. Long neck. Soften the shoulders. And then slide the left leg out in front of you. Bring the right foot now into, well, you can take the right foot with your left hand, or you can bring it into the crease of your left elbow, depending on how it feels. Don't strain the knee. If you're feeling any pain in the knee, don't do it. Just hold the foot here and rock the baby like that. So just be aware of how it feels in the knee. And you can hold on to the knee, or you can wrap that elbow around the knee. Keep that left foot nice and, keep the left foot, right foot nice and high. Rocking the baby here. Beautiful. Take hold of that right foot with your right hand, and then you're just going to move the foot and knee forwards and back. So you can use your left hand down on the floor next to you for support. And just start to open up through the hip, drawing the knee beyond the body if you can. Lubricating the joint a little bit. And then we're going to work that right leg. I'll face you. I'm going to work the right leg up the arm, nice and high. Then we're going to lean forwards, bring the palm of that right hand down and hook the leg over the arm so it's really squeezing the circulation. It hurts a little bit, I'm not going to lie, it does hurt. And it pinches. And lean forwards now. You can flex your left toes. I think the other time I did flex, but now I want to point. And then you're going to lean into this, maybe lifting the hips off the floor. Maybe that left leg floats up. Maybe the heel doesn't. And then gently lower back down. Release your right leg. It's something to work on. Crossing your knees. Roll onto your knees, your hands. Tucking the toes under, come to the top of your mat if you're not there and move into your forward fold. Spread the toes, soften the knees, and allow the arms to be heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Root down through the feet and arches. Inhale, lift all the way up. Push, push, push into your heels. Full body stretch, bring your hands to touch over your head. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back to your plank. Strong arms, Stack shoulders, elbows, wrists. Shoot some energy down the heels. Pull your belly in. Dome through the upper back. Lower onto your knees. Untuck the toes. You're going to take 2 half press-ups. So you're going to just lower halfway down until the elbows are at a 90-degree bend. Push back up. Remember, keep the elbows in towards your rib cage. And again. Push back up. That's the fire. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra, glutes on. Push your hip bones into the mat. Pull forwards, drop the shoulders back. Keep pulling the heart forwards, glutes on. Exhale, child's pose. Yay. Send your hips back to your heels, and you can either find stillness here and just let the arms and head rest. Or if you like to keep moving, just add a sway. You can even take some side stretches in your child's pose, just to lengthen out through the arms and shoulders, whatever takes your fancy. One more breath wherever you are. Coming forwards now, we're going to move straight into a couple of stretches on the floor, so grounding stretches, but fun ones. So you're going to take the right leg out to the side, flex the right foot, and we'll start with some side stretches just to warm up the sides. So you can either bring your right hand inside the leg, or you can bring the elbow inside that right leg. It's up to you. Whatever you decide to do, you really want to push the floor away and pull that shoulder through. Okay, so bring the right shoulder under, and as you bring the right shoulder under, you notice that you start to revolve through the chest, and we're going to take the left fingers and reach it back. So we're going to try and get a nice straight line from the right hand all the way to the tips of the left fingers. So if you are using the elbow, which is absolutely fine, keep that right foot flexed, of course. Push the elbow into the floor and maybe against that knee a little bit so that that right shoulder comes under. And again, you're twisting, you're reaching to the back. Gaze up towards your left hand if that feels okay for your neck. As you exhale, you're just going to lower the left arm down. So we're just closing the shoulder, then we're going to open again. Each time, closing as you exhale, each time getting a little deeper. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more. Inhale, open. And this time I want you to keep the right toes flexed, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling, start to take it over the head. It doesn't have to touch, and notice what happens to my form. When I reach to touch, my chest starts to drop. So we want to keep the chest at least open to the side of the room. Keep looking under that arm, pull the right toes back to close the gap. Keep looking and reaching for your toes. And if you're here, that's fine too. Just keep reaching, keep opening through the side. One more breath. Inhale, draw yourself slowly back up and just pause, take a rebound moment. Notice how the left side of your body feels. Just try and float the shoulders down for a moment and relax. So staying on this same side, right leg still out, I'm going to show you another variation of this stretch. You're going to bring the left knee up and you're going to turn your left toes out slightly so they're facing the opposite direction basically of your right leg. Your right hand is going to come onto that left ankle. The left knee is going to keep you sort of stabilized. It's going to push away and you're going to lean away from that left knee. You're going to drop your right shoulder towards your right knee, keeping these toes flexed. Notice if that comes down, I start to fall. So you've got to use that left knee to kind of keep you balanced, keep you centered. Reach your left fingers back as you would in the first stretch, and then take the left arm over. Notice my left knee is having to really pull back to stop me from falling, and look under your left arm. And in this shape, because we've got that leverage, you can really lean into that right leg as long as that left knee is pulling you back, and you can look under your arm, and this looks so much more impressive. Yet, in my opinion, it's an easier move. That's just my opinion though. Looking under your left arm, opening the heart, and then gently coming back up. We're going to move straight to the other side. So left leg extended, right knee bent, right foot inside the left thigh. Bringing the left hand either onto the mat or you're going down onto the elbow. Again, you want to push the earth away. So really ground down so this left shoulder comes under. Inhale, reach your right fingers back. Exhale, close. And again, inhale, push the earth away with that elbow, reach back with your right fingers. Exhale, close. One more time, reach back. Exhale, close. Keep those left toes flexed. Now on this time, we're going to reach back, open the chest to the side of the room and start to float the right arm over the head, still looking up. Left toes flexing. And reach over the head now. Keep moving that right shoulder back. This left shoulder comes under a little bit more so you get more of your heart facing up. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath. Inhale, lift the right arm all the way back up and slowly rise. Take a rebound moment. See, I find that much stronger than the next position that we're going to move into. But it feels good. Now, bring the right knee in, turn the right toes out. So the left leg is exactly as it was. But the right toes out just encourages the knee to stay up and keeps you upright. Take hold of that ankle with your left hand, your right ankle with your left hand, so that you can lean your left shoulder towards your left knee, flexing the left toes. Inhale, reach the right fingers all the way up. Remember, don't let that knee collapse. Keep moving that right knee back. Sometimes it needs a little bit of help, a little bit of encouragement. Stay. Right fingers lift up and over, flex your left toes, maybe finding the toes. You'll be surprised. Just glance. If you might be over here, in which case you just need to drop the fingers. Just glance at where your toes are. It's that sense of coordination, spatial awareness. Lift your heart. Keep moving that right knee back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gently release. And help yourself back up. We're going to make our way down onto our backs now and just enjoy the feeling that we have in the side body. You can bring the feet in towards your bum now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the arms out to the sides. Hopefully you've got more room than I have. Keep the palms facing upwards, facing the ceiling, knees together, and just take both knees very gently, nothing too strenuous now. Take both knees over to the right for a very gentle twist, as that was quite a deep side stretch. So just allow the knees to drop to the right, keeping this left shoulder as close to the ground as possible. If you need a little bit more, you could bend the left elbow. And then draw the knees back to center, shuffle the hips to the right and let the knees drop over to the left. And again, just relax that right arm, right shoulder. If you want to do that again, feel free. If you want to draw the knees into your chest now, feel free to do that. Just give yourself a little hug. If you want to take a happy baby, feel free. Take any final stretches now and make your way into Savasana, your relaxation posture. And you're welcome to spend as long as you need in Savasana, depending on how you feel and what your day entails. But when you're ready, I'm going to slowly bring you back round. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe taking a full body stretch if that would serve you. Maybe drawing the knees into your chest if you need to release the lower back one final time. Keeping your eyes closed if you want to. Roll over onto one side. Pause there for a moment and just stay on the ground, keeping everything soft.
Gently start to make your way back up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. And just observe how the body feels. Noticing any space you've created, any openness that you've created through the joints, any warmth, any heat, any energy, that chi, that prana. Just noticing how everything feels, including your fingers, your hands. Bring your hands now to touch, coming into Anjali Mudra, bringing your hands to your heart center, reconnecting back to yourself. Bow your head in honor of your body, in honor of your practice. Namaste.